This series is presented by Solo Hunter brand rifle covers, your gun's best protection against the elements.
This is kind of my Solo Hunter's confessional booth inside my tent. A little behind the scenes action. My hands are sore right in here and right in here. And I couldn't figure it out. It's because all day long I'm carrying the camera and tripod in one hand and my bow in the other hand. I can barely move these things now. It's funny. Second order of business. Warthogs are pissing me off. I feel like they're just standing around when you don't want to shoot them, and then you decide you're going to go kill one, and they just keep getting the better of you. That frustrates me. Oh, I could shoot 1,000 warthogs. That's not a problem. It's just to try to get them on video and shoot them. That's where the problem lies. Warthog is going to get shot tomorrow. I can tell you that much. If one happens to step out, I am going to shoot it. And then you're just going to see video of me walking up to a warthog and go, where'd that come from? Now you know. That's where it came from. Third order of business. I don't have 3 orders of business. It's bedtime. The guy who owns this ranch here had asked me if I'd take a few warthogs off for him, just kind of cull the herd out a bit because they do a lot of damage on the fences and stuff. And there's a few people that live around this ranch here that asked for the meat, so I'm gonna do my best. Brought out the old rifle and see if I can't put the smack down on some African pork. It's the middle of the day, so it's a perfect time for them right now. They'll be out in the openings, kind of sunning themselves. At this point, I have warthogs on my mind. Going unsuccessful on them this past week has now put them at the top of my list. I like to think that I'm just out hunting, but I know better. I'm also filming, which in itself makes the task at hand more difficult than I think it should be. Man, I'm sitting here glassing, and I look over, and a warthog steps out, and we see each other at the same time. It was like, by the time they were off before I got the camera on them, barely running away. I mean, these warthogs have like a sixth sense to them or something. Alright, from now on, bust them where I see them. And we're messing around. There's 2 about 300 yards away, but they're moving. By the time I got the camera set up, I couldn't get on them with the gun. They just went over this hill. I don't know if I spooked them or if they were just running. Those are 2 good ones. Dang it. I just couldn't tell if I had it in the camera or not. I had them in the crosshairs and then they never stopped when I made sure I had it in the camera. Dang it. They're 2 big boars, nice tusks on them. And they were just booking it up the hill. So I threw the range of 300 yards, set this tripod up with the camera, got it in them, they were already moving. One's standing there broadside, put the camera on him, and then just moved back 4 or 5 yards to get a steady rest because I just wanted to make sure I was going to hammer him. And then that one moved off. Another one moved up higher, but I wasn't sure if it was in the frame of the camera or not. And go recheck the camera, and by the time I get ready to shoot again, he's gone. Bummer. I had him in the crosshairs, but I just wasn't positive that he was in the camera. It's filming myself and trying to shoot stuff just frustrates me because it makes you feel like you're a horrible hunter. That's not the case. You're just a horrible cameraman. Oh, crap, those are good ones too. That would have been awesome. I definitely want a nice like trophy one too. That would have been sweet. Big old tusks. Arrgh. Bummer.
These are self-documented hunting adventures with no production crews. We hunt in very remote locations and often dangerous situations. We are solo hunters.
There's just something about this kind of weather and this kind of experience, just this kind of brutality, that makes you feel like a man.
My favorite backpacking food, dead animal.
Make you think twice about stepping out of the tent to take a leak in the middle of the night, that's for sure.
Filming myself and trying to shoot stuff just frustrates me. It makes you feel like you're a horrible hunter. That's not the case. You're just a horrible cameraman.
Solo Hunters is brought to you by Muzzy Broadheads, Carbon Express, Gorilla Gear, Outdoor Edge and Vortex Optics, Prime by G5, and Campbell Cameras. Relive your adventure. Closed captioning provided by Trophy Taker Fallaway Arrow Rests, leading the way on the line and in the field. Solo Hunters is brought to you by Prime Bows from G5, where accuracy is everything.
I am take no prisoners mode on warthogs right now. If they are 600 yards, they're going to get shot at. I'm treating them like coyotes. I'm gonna set up kind of where it was the other day. Glass this big open field for warthogs and see if I can't catch something coming out. It's about the same time, about midday. Maybe I'll get lucky and catch a warthog coming out again. I'm gonna be ready. See, it's a pretty big opening behind me, so it's a good spot to glass from. On the edge of the bush down here, there's some monkeys coming. It looked like it might be a bush buck. I'm not sure. The amount of game that's moving around right now is crazy. It's like night and day difference everywhere you look. There's a bush buck going through the edge, or there's a big warthog walking around, or a kudu bull. I mean, it's like, I don't even know what to go after. Although there's bush bucks and kudu moving around right now, I might be crazy, but there's a big tusked warthog down here, about 500 yards. And the way these warthogs have been treating me, I just can't pass it up. I'm gonna hustle and try to shoot it and then get to another spot and glass. I mean, it's just, everything's out right now. I can't pass up the chance at a good bush buck or something, but I also have a vendetta. I think I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. Sneak right in about 150, 200 yards. I'm not really sure what happened. Go figure out if I hit it or not. Sounded like I did. Maybe it's just shot a little far back or something. Freaking warthogs. I found some blood, so I definitely hit him, and he was on this trail here. I got a bush buck barking at me over there. Sounds like a dog. Now there's more blood right here. Alright. Found good blood going into the bush here, but just because it's getting a little bit darker and he did hit the bush line, I'm just gonna come back in the morning, because the last thing you want to do is push stuff further into this crap. It's pitiful. I don't know why it's so hard to get these warthogs. People watching this who've been to Africa, they're like, oh, I shot a warthog. It was the easiest thing I killed. Well, this is a different story. These are warthogs that read your mind, I'm pretty sure.
Behind the Lens is brought to you by CAMO Cameras. Relive your adventure.
One of my favorite shots to get is a macro shot. This is a shot that's up close and personal on pretty much anything. These are close-ups of different items. It could be grass, it could be gear, it could be a piece of the animal. But these macro shots come out really cool and give you a different perspective of the world. It really brings whatever you're looking at to life. And it also brings the viewer a little bit closer to the details of what's going on around you. Try different varying levels of perspective, and you'll be surprised what you come out with.
This segment of Solo Hunters is brought to you by Carbon Express. Shoot better. Solo Hunters is brought to you by PhoneScope, digiscoping accessories for your smartphones.
Sometimes mornings can be difficult. The Wilderness Athlete, they make like this, it's kind of like an energy / Gatorade thing. It's a little better than coffee sometimes. The morning ritual. See the tracks too. Oh, it's just right here. It didn't go very far into the bush. Man, I almost didn't see it. Kind of scared me. There is the warthog. Finally. Looks like it's got some pretty decent tusks on it. Something I'm happy with. And I'm gonna get the camera set up and pull them out here. It's pretty sweet. They are ugly. It's pretty sweet. It's my first warthog and I'm pretty stoked about it. He's got some nice ivory on him. It's like hair just coming out of this dirty, crackling skin. It's pretty cool. I like him. I'm going to skin him up and make a little lunch out of him or something. I'm hungry. See what warthog tastes like. Hopefully it tastes like regular hog. I don't think it's going to. I'm thinking of making a prickly pear stuffed pork backstrap, or warthog backstrap. So I'm just going to throw this on the fire and kind of sear off some of any other little spines, just grill it for a little bit, dice it up, stuff it in my warthog backstrap, and then cook her on the fire and see how it is. I got the warthog stuffed with the prickly pear, so I'm going to season it and put it on my grill. And then once these coals burn down just a little bit more, I'll use the coals and grill her up. Looks like it's done, so I'm just gonna pull it off the fire and let it cool on the rack here, and cut her up and try it. Tastes like pork chop. There's some big spiders around here. I think that one could eat a bird.
Now that I got a warthog down, it's time to switch gears. I'm going to focus my energy on hunting bushbucks for the remainder of the hunt.
He's about 60 yards, but he's going. He's on the other side of the fence. I'm gonna shoot through it. He just jumped on the neighbor's property. He's right on the boundary here, and it's private land. You know, everything's private here, so just on the neighbors. That was a phenomenal animal. I don't know what the world record is for bushbuck with a bow, but that was probably pretty close. I know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the week. Chasing that bushbuck. That thing is a toad. Oh, it's going to give me nightmares. Man. That got me all fired up. You don't even know. Oh, God, my arm is sore from carrying cameras.
Solo Magnified is brought to you by Vortex, the force of optics.
One of the coolest things I've found lately to help share photos and videos, this phone scope adapter for a smartphone fits perfectly to my iPhone, and all I do is just slide it over the top of my spotting scope, position it wherever I want, shoot photos, video. It really does a great job of digiscoping and capturing high quality images. It's lightweight, I can keep it in my pack. When I'm on a backcountry hunt and I'm not packing my iPhone, I've got an adapter that slides over the eyepiece that fits directly onto my DSLR camera. This segment of Solo Hunters is brought to you by Big Green Targets. Go big, go green. For more information on all of our Solo Hunter branded products, social and digital media, exclusive video footage and recommended gear, as well as our choice outfitters, go to solohunterstv.com. Solo Hunters is brought to you by Adventure Medical Kits and Survive Outdoors Longer. Expect the unexpected.
I've been out here about 9 days now, and sometimes just being alone in the bush. Today was a hard day. A lot of hiking, not enough water. I came back hungry and dehydrated, a little cranky, and it's just one of those days. But it was fun. It was definitely fun. I've never seen such a lucky animal in my life. I think tomorrow I'm going to wear a tinfoil helmet because I'm pretty sure they're reading my thoughts as we speak.
As my remaining days tick by, I have had no more bushbuck sightings. They've disappeared. For my last day, I'm once again picking up my rifle, hoping my luck will change.
Here comes the rain. I'm going to get this camera into my water bag. So I'm thinking once this moves through, it'll be on. If it stops midday, this evening will be perfect for hunting. All the animals will be out and they won't be able to say no to nibbling on some of this grass on the edges of the bush, which is perfect for me as I'm set up glassing. I'm on this bushbuck's tracks right here. I saw him come into this bush here last and then he disappeared. I think he's gonna be right up here. Oh man, that was crazy. I was stalking through the brush and I just heard something rustling up there, so I sat down, set up the camera. Yeah, he's about 50 something yards where I shot him at. What was it? No. No. Oh my God. That makes me sick to my stomach. I don't know what to do but laugh about it. That's crazy. I never press record on the other camera. I don't know how to do the film yourself and then walk up to the animal. That's the hardest thing. I'm so sick of just standard grip and grins, but I'll get them all set up and then show them off.
By going about this trip on my terms, I feel like I got to truly experience the African bush in a way few visitors ever will. By being alone and using what the land had to offer, I gained a new perspective on what it means to be a hunter and a predator. As I filmed my trip, it reinforced in me my love of the challenge to capture the adventure alone.
The Solo After Show is brought to you by Outdoor Edge, quality knives and tools for the big game hunter. Can't seem to get enough solo hunters? Now you can get extended behind-the-scenes access into the show. You'll find additional video clips from our fans, as well as a look into some of our exclusive tips and outtakes that we couldn't fit into the show. All this and more at solohunterstv.com.